Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to unbox the June Elves box by Sophie and Toffee, not sponsored nor affiliated, which comes in this cool looking black cardboard box this time. So let's see what we have inside. Okay, first off we have the booklet, which we have a look at later, and this month's theme is Good Vibes. The first mold in this box looks like some incense holders, and there's space for 3 holders in this mold. The next item in this box is this Japanese UV resin. For the second mold we have no packaging for some reason, and it looks like a lotus, maybe an incense cone holder or something like that. The third mold is this hand tray or whatever it's called, which has some beautiful designs etched into it. Next up we have this vanilla scented UV resin, which totally explains the scent this box has, and it really smells like some artificial vanilla. Then we have some gold stones and some mica powders in the colors golden blue, black, and in this beautiful lavender shade. The other pigment powder in this box seems to be color shifting from maybe yellow to pink or purple, it looks like in the packaging. The last mold in this box looks like soothing stones you can fidget with when you're like anxious or something like that. Next up we have these 6 open bezels. And the last item in this box are these iridescent foils or stickers. And I like that the D20 bezel fits right on top of some of them. That was everything, so now let's have a look inside of the booklet. And the first page shows all of Sophie and Toffee's social media info and some tips for using the resin. And on the next page there is a list of the regular items in this box, which include the Worry Stone mold, the bezels and design film, which are exclusive to this box, the UV resin for silicone molds, the Hamza tray mold, and the lotus candle holder. And this color shift pigment which apparently changes from purple to red, and the mica powders and golden stones, which seem to be crushed glass pieces. Now the premium items in this box are the scented resin and the Incense Holder mold. And on the last page we can see July's Elves box theme, which is Fairy Garden, as well as February's challenge winners. I decided to start with making an incense holder, and I'm going to use the moon phases one, and I want to use the color shift pigment on the moon, so I apply them with the applicator they included in this box. To clean off the edges, I'm just using a cotton swab with some rubbing alcohol, and as you can see there are some specks left which really don't bother me, so I just leave them. For the brim I wanted to use these golden glass pieces, so I mixed them with some clear UV resin and placed them with my stirry sticks. While that's curing, I'm mixing some 100 to 60 resin until those swirls disappear and it gets completely clear, and then I'm adding some silvery black mica powder. To reduce air bubbles, I'm slowly pouring it in a thin stream. And for this mold I used approximately 50 milliliters of resin, but without the pre-poured UV resin you probably need a bit more than 60 milliliters. Next I am going to make a lotus out of UV resin, and I start off with a light pink layer that I swirl around to get it all into the tips of the petals. And next I'm mixing a couple layers with white mica and iridescent glitter. For the last layer I'm mixing clear resin with some crushed gold pieces, and off it goes to curing. Now that the resin is cured, let's unmold. I made this very stone off camera cause I was curious how the color shift pigment would look mixed into clear UV resin. And you can really see a color shift from pink to purple now. Next thing to mold was this lotus, and it fused to the brim because my UV resin got a little too hot. So I had to carefully go around with a cutter and separate the resin and silicone before I could mold, and sadly, despite demolding carefully, the mold ripped. Now to the incense tray, which I'm really excited about. Now as you can see, the edges have some missing parts where the UV resin could not reach because of the glass pieces, but that doesn't really bother me. And as you can see with the black resin in the back, the color shift pigment looks more bluish purple to pink. And I had to realize that sadly this tray doesn't hold incense sticks and they just fall out. So of course I had to fix it. So I found this homemaking kit that I got a while ago from Sophie and Toffee, and I used some UV resin to secure it so that I can make a proper hole for this incense stick. And now it holds perfectly fine, and I can really shake it and it doesn't fall out. Despite some issues, I really like this box, and my favorite items are the color shift pigment and the gold shards, and I also really like the incense holder, despite it not being functional. I'm also really sad that the lotus mold ripped, but that might just be due to it fusing with the resin. As for the worry stones, I think they're a really nice idea too, because they are nice to fidget with. And all in all, I think this box really has some nice projects. Anyways, that's all for this time. Have a nice day. Bye!